Previously, I made a couple videos talking about later after 1960s epistemology. My tongue is switching. Sorry. So if I'm talking weird, sorry. I made a video about the epistemic regress problem, and I also made a video about the Gettier problem. Those are down there. I want to go into one of four theories of epistemic justification. Now, these four are internalism, externalism, coherentism, and foundationalism. Right now, I want to talk about foundationalism because it's kind of a easy thing to understand among the others, I think. Because thinking about the problem, the epistemic regress problem, we're thinking about justification here. We're thinking about justifying certain beliefs that we have. The regress problem is that you want to justify a belief with a meta belief, and you have to justify that meta belief with a meta belief. You have to justify the meta belief with the meta belief, and you have to go continue further, because you need to all you want to do is to justify that first belief. Now, what foundationalism claims is that there can be a belief that requires no justification. There's a foundational belief. The foundationalists believe that there are and can be beliefs that stand on their own without any other meta beliefs justifying it. That these beliefs are basic, and you can build other beliefs off of them. You can where that basic belief justifies other beliefs. Now, the big debate about foundationalism is: do you think that there can be foundational beliefs that stand on their own without needing any other justification without themselves? Now, usually, I think if there was any belief that is, justified by itself and doesn't need any further justification, it would not really tell you anything. It would just be a common thing that we all know. It'd be kind of like a duh type of thing. It would be something that we all know, and I think that's okay, because the reason that we would want to believe that there are foundational beliefs is so that we can build other beliefs on top of them to justify further beliefs. And I think that most beliefs need justification of some sort, be outside of that one belief. Now, I don't see how a belief can be justified by itself without any further being needed. Now, let me just think about a example. Bachelors are unmarried. There's a good one used by epistemologists. Bachelors are unmarried. What kind of belief would be? Do you need to justify any belief? Do you need to justify that at all? This might be a little bit debatable. About if the phrase "bachelors are unmarried men," if that needs justification, it might be debatable here. But what I'm thinking is, what does bachelor mean? What does the word bachelor mean? We would have to have, I think, in my opinion, we would have to have a meta belief which states that bachelor means a man who has no spouse. And that would justify the claim that bachelors are unmarried men. And I think And I think that bachelor means unmarried man. I think that might need further justification, though. You might need to further justify that based on because it is not always understood that bachelor means what it's supposed to mean. For instance, I'm thinking mostly about Quine here in his Two Dogmas of Empiricism. I can't remember what he was arguing, but he was trying to say he stated that a Bachelor of Science is not exactly a unmarried man. So you would have to have a justification you'd have to have a meta belief justifying you would have to have a meta belief justifying bachelor means unmarried man. We'd have to have some sort of justification, like saying that somehow saying that we're distinguishing this from the Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Sciences. So what I'm thinking here is that just from a simple thing like bachelors are unmarried men. From a simple thing like that, I kind of have led myself to think that even something as simple as that needs justification. And I think, let me try and think of another example here. Let's see. Let me think. Bluebirds are blue. I would have to justify that. Because I have to think about what a bluebird is. A bluebird is white. So I would have to say that by the bluebird has some colors that is thought to be blue on it, some shades of blue on it, and I have to find some kind of justification for that too, I think. And I think most of that comes down to the meanings of words, because I think you're going to come down from phrases, down to words, down to meanings of words, down to justification of certain things, So I don't know. Can you guys think of anything that is any statement that is basic enough that it stands by itself and needs no justification to make that true and justified? I guess I'm gonna try and think of one more that's very, very, very simple. The floor is down. The floor is down. The floor is down for me. Okay, which I would have to say, down. I would have to justify that because which floor am I talking about? Now I work at a grocery store where they call the place where customers are, and customers are buying stuff, they call that the floor, which if I'm in the back room, that means the floor is not down, but it's this way. That's another simple thing that needs justification because you don't know exactly what you're talking about fully. I could say anything. And because words have meanings, and this kind of comes down to philosophy of language here, because words have meanings. They have different meanings based on society, based on culture, and all this stuff. Words are difficult to pin down. You don't always know what you're meaning by saying bachelors are unmarried men. You might be meaning something different than an actual man who is not married. So basically, what I'm getting at here is that, I mean, it's possible that I could be wrong here. I'm wrong a lot, but this is just my rationalization here. I'm trying to rationalize if it's possible to actually have a basic belief that needs no meta belief to justify it. I don't see any way that you can have a basic belief. And then Wilfrid Sellars, I want to say one more thing here about foundational beliefs. Wilfrid Sellars in Empiricism and Philosophy of the Mind. In one section, he talks about the given, the myth of the given. He talks about sense data, and sense data is a very foundational belief right now. It's a very foundational belief. It's a basic belief that we all, because let's see, let me think here. This book, look at the blue part here. I actually ordered this recently. This is David Benatar's Better Never to Have Been. It's a different issue. But look at this part right here, the place where it says Oxford. The place above where it says Oxford. It's red there, correct? It's red in a certain square shape, in a certain size. Sense data is color, shape, and size together in a certain patch. What G.E. Moore called a patch. He's like, red patch here now, or So basically, what I'm trying to say here is that sense data is what is often thought as a basic belief by foundationalists. When I don't think that sense data is something that stands by itself. It's not basic. It needs justification to recognize its truth, As an idealist, I'm going to say that. As an idealist, I think it's smart to question all sense data. It's smart to question the sizes, shapes, and colors of everything you see. It's smart to do that because you can't prove that anything you see is any more than an idea, according to Arthur Schopenhauer. And I think if you look at this here, this little red part here, I don't think that that's basic enough to say I'm seeing a red patch here now. Because what if you're not seeing any patch here, you don't know that you don't know if you're seeing that or not. It could be a total illusion. It could be something. It could be a manifestation of your mind. All right. So what I'm getting at is that even something as simple as color, size, and shape sense data by Bertrand Russell and G.E. Moore, that is not basic enough. It's not foundational enough to stand by itself. No, and my conclusion here is that no belief is foundational enough that it can stand by itself and not need any further justification. Every belief you ever have needs to be justified in some way. And even if the meta-belief is not fully proven, here's the thing. If you're going to claim truth on anything, if you're going to claim that you know anything, or if you're going to say I'm pretty sure about anything, you have to have justification. Now, this makes me think about God and stuff like that, but then I don't know that God exists, but I have strong conviction. That brings me to coherentism. But because I'm gonna talk about that in a forthcoming video, because I'm talking about foundationalism first because I think it's a very problematic epistemological idea, because you can't have a belief that's basic enough to stand by itself. It's not possible. And this is why I am a coherentist. I think that that beliefs should stand in coherence with each other, in relations of mutual support, and are coherent with each other and help support each other. No belief stands on top of another. You don't have stacks of beliefs. You have basically a circle, or interrelated loops, interrelated groups, and it's all this stuff of justification. I think it's a perfect way, but there's a lot of problems with my theory too, and I'm going to talk about that too. But I want to end this here and just say right now that you can't have basic beliefs. Basic beliefs are not possible because you cannot rely on them enough, even if you think they're basic.